England in 1066 was a land on the brink of change. King Edward the Confessor, old and childless, lay dying. His death sparked a power struggle for the English throne. Several powerful men believed they had a claim. This set the stage for a momentous clash of arms that would forever alter the course of English history. The Battle of Hastings was about to begin. The stakes were incredibly high. England, a land of rich farmlands and growing towns, was a prize worth fighting for. Whoever wore the crown of England would control a kingdom at the heart of the medieval world. Ambition, power, and destiny intertwined in this epic struggle. Harold Godwinson, a powerful English earl, claimed the throne by right of his close ties to the late king. He was a skilled warrior and a popular leader, well respected for his military prowess. Harold represented the old Anglo-Saxon order, a force deeply rooted in English soil. Across the English Channel, William, Duke of Normandy, also claimed the throne. William, known as the Bastard due to his illegitimate birth, was a ruthless and ambitious ruler. He asserted that Edward had promised him the crown years earlier. William gathered a powerful army, determined to seize England by force. The two armies clashed on a hill near Hastings, on the southern coast of England. The English, under Harold's command, formed a formidable shield wall atop Senlac Hill. They were skilled infantrymen armed with axes, swords, and javelins. The English were ready to defend their homeland. The Normans, on the other hand, relied heavily on their cavalry. Their mounted knights, clad in chainmail and armed with lances and swords, charged repeatedly at the English lines. The Normans were relentless, their attacks like waves crashing against a rocky shore. The battle raged for hours, a brutal back-and-forth struggle. The English shield wall held firm, but the Normans began to employ cunning tactics. They feigned retreats, drawing the English out, then turning to attack. The tide seemed to be turning in the Normans' favour. Then came a pivotal moment. Harold Godwinson, the English king, fell. An arrow, some say guided by fate, struck him in the eye. With their king dead, the English resolve crumbled. The Normans pressed their advantage, and the day was theirs. William the Conqueror, as he was now known, had won the day. The Battle of Hastings, fought on October 14, 1066, was a decisive victory for the Normans. It marked the end of Anglo-Saxon rule in England and the beginning of the Norman conquest. William's victory was not just a military triumph, it was a turning point in English history. England would never be the same. The Norman conquest had far-reaching consequences, transforming England's culture, language, and society. Section 6, the Norman Yoke, a new social order. William wasted no time in consolidating his power. He established a new ruling class, rewarding his Norman followers with lands and titles confiscated from the defeated English nobility. The Anglo-Saxons, once masters of their own land, found themselves subjected to Norman rule. This new Norman elite brought with them their own language, customs, and laws. French became the language of the court and administration, while Latin remained the language of scholarship and the church. The English language itself began to change, absorbing Norman French words and phrases. Section 7, Language, Law and Landscape. The Norman imprint. The Normans were great builders, and they left their mark on the English landscape. They constructed castles, churches, and cathedrals, imposing symbols of their power and authority. The Tower of London, begun by William shortly after the conquest, still stands today as a reminder of this transformative era. The Norman conquest also had a profound impact on English law and administration. William introduced a more centralized system of government, replacing the Anglo-Saxon system of local courts and assemblies. He commissioned the Domesday Book, a comprehensive survey of land holdings, to assess his new kingdom's wealth and resources. Section 8, the legacy of 1066, a defining moment in English history. The Battle of Hastings and the Norman conquest that followed are rightly considered watershed moments in English history. They marked the end of one era and the beginning of another, setting in motion a chain of events that shaped the destiny of a nation. The legacy of 1066 is complex and multifaceted. It was a time of great upheaval and change, but it also laid the foundations for a new and dynamic England. The fusion of Anglo-Saxon and Norman cultures, though often fraught with tension, ultimately contributed to the development of a distinct English identity. Section 9. Echoes of the past. Hastings in the tapestry of time. Today, the Battle of Hastings continues to capture the imagination. It is a story of ambition, rivalry, and the fickle hand of fate. The events of that fateful day in 1066 are immortalized in history books, novels, films, and even video games. The Battle of Hastings serves as a reminder that history is not merely a collection of dates and names. It is a tapestry woven from the threads of human experience, triumph and tragedy, ambition and sacrifice. The echoes of that distant clash on a windswept hill still resonate today, reminding us of the enduring power of the past to shape the present.